It's part of the Super Tuesday collection from the SEC primary, and the black vote is going to be especially pivotal in the Democratic primary now just 4 days away. So let's find out what's on the minds of young voters, because joining me now we've got two students, the vice president of the Young Democrats. Hold on, Simeon, I got to take this paper. The Young Democrats, yeah, I can't leave my paper, from the Young Democrats Party, right?
Young Democrats in Morehouse College.
Morehouse College, Simeon Lyons, yep, sorry. And then from Spelman College, senior and member of the Morehouse College Republicans, Joy Arnice Hamer.
Yes.
I had to go back and get my paper because you wanted Arnice in there, and I didn't want to mess up getting the middle name in there, Joy.
Thank you.
I want to start out, though, because you've not chosen a candidate yet. Why not?
So, as you know, as of today in the race, you know, as part of the GOP party, we have Donald Trump leading the race. Fighting for second, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and then bringing in the rear, we have Ben Carson and John Kasich. Having said that, as of today, I have not endorsed a candidate.
So even after watching last night, you don't feel comfortable going out on a limb yet?
Even after watching last night, I believe Donald Trump said that they were having a lot of fun. However, I think as, you know, we are getting closer to an election season, it's time to get a bit more serious. So I do not see myself under any circumstance supporting the current frontrunner. So that's how I really feel about the endorsement.
So you're
right
waiting
now.
for a winnowing crowd to come down. Simeon, I mentioned Bernie Sanders. He drew a massive crowd here on the campus. However, you support Hillary Clinton. Why?
Yes, well, first, Bernie Sanders, who's a great candidate. He does a great job of talking the talk, and he did a great job when he came to Morehouse. But unlike Bernie, Hillary Clinton, she walks the walk as well. She stood with African Americans. She stood with people of all races, of all genders, regardless, and talked about the issues. She's worked with the issues, whether it's her time as Secretary of State, whether it's her time as United States Senator. She's always been with making equality at the forefront of all of her issues, and so that's why I stand with Hillary Clinton.
We are surrounded by all these iconic images of living legends and those who have passed here in the hall here at Douglas Hall. But Bernie Sanders would probably push back, Simeon, and say that he's been a part of the civil rights movement passionately, just as much and committed as a Hillary Clinton. But that message from him doesn't work for you.
Well, you know, I'm glad that he did. He was a part of it during the 1960s. But Hillary Clinton, not only was she involved back in her teenage years and back during her times in college, but currently now, what have we seen from Bernie recently that shows that he's standing with African Americans, besides this recent, you know, talking about some of the issues? But again, Hillary's been about the issues from day one, and that's why I stand with her. She's a very progressive woman who's about making change for American citizens, all citizens, again, regardless of your race, whether your gender or your creed.
Okay, so Joy, let's talk about the electricity that Donald Trump has created for what's taking place in this primary process. And we've got candidates that are hitting him on the fact that he hasn't released his taxes yet. Trump says he can't because he's being audited. The IRS saying there's nothing that prevents an individual from sharing their own tax information. What do you make of Mitt Romney getting in the fray and trying to challenge the Donald to get his taxes out, because that was a stumbling block for Mitt Romney back in 2012?
Yes, I believe, you know, the media is very, you know, focus. It's a heavy focus on what's going on with Donald Trump in relation to his business and his finances, and Mitt Romney wanting to get in, talking, you know, back about 2012 elections. However, I think it's very important to focus, as Simeon said, on the current issues that are pressing our generation currently. As a young student, you know, the increasing cost of education and the high cost of living are, you know, pressing issues. Socially, you know, as a woman, gender equality issues are important. Also, as a young African American, racial equality issues are now important. In the height of this Black Lives Matter movement, we see that we now need to demilitarize police. In the last 3 or 4 years, throughout my matriculation at Spelman College, the lack of indictments of police officers has been frightening. And, you know, I would like to see a political change to make sure that the political officials are really reflective and representative of the people that they govern.
Simeon, real quickly, Hillary Clinton in Atlanta today, are you going to go?
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
you're going to be there. All right. Simeon Lyons, thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Joy
Thank you
Arnice
so much
Hamer.
for your time.
Thank you very much.